just to make me look good.
Caramel loves it. What are we going to be snappy, Caramel?
Who says that, Claire?
You could stand on an island, make the caramel.
Hey?
You could stand on an island.
Aye, as long as it's not early in the morning. Honest to God, the noise of that is serious. How do you stick that?
You don't need hearing aids. Caramel.
Talker, you mean?
1, 2, 3. When you're ready, ma'am.
I'm ready anytime you're ready. Can we just, you want to do me 1, 2, can you?
1, 2, 3. Too loud.
Too loud?
Aye. I can't hear anything now. Aye, I can hear again now.
So that's for the earphones?
It's you'd be amazed at how much is coming through on them microphones.
The only thing is, what I didn't do last week, what I really should have done probably was, whenever one group is talking at the bottom, I'll put the mics up and I'll put the mics down on this side.
Right.
Because what was happening last week was everybody was talking, and then because the mics are picking up everything. So, but just let me. I'll sort that. I just had to remember to do that. It's got nothing to do with you ladies. You're not responsible. I'm responsible for my own actions.
Anything goes wrong, it's your fault,
It's my
Tim.
fault, exactly.
Not ours. All right.
Go, go, go.
Oh, Sally.
So I'm going to take everybody else's mic down, and it's just you now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Strabane District Caring Services, to the Stay Young group and the Bridge End.
Talk like that normally.
What did she say?
You don't talk like that normally.
That's a radio voice. DJ voice, snobby voice.
I could do that too. Or I could do the Ballymena accent if you like. Good morning, everybody. How yous all doing?
Said Bridge Street instead of a jail.
But we had a meeting in there one day. Howard Crow was at it, and there was something written down, and it said the Bridge End. And Howard Crow says, "Where's that?" And we were all going, "What?" He says, "What does that mean, Bridge End?" And they were all going, "You're sitting in it." Where? He's been in Strabane, must be 50 years, and he'd never heard the term the Bridge End. Aye. I couldn't believe it.
Born and reared to Bridge End, and that's all he ever called it.
Nobody local would call it Bridge Street, like it's always the Bridge End. Aye.
Nobody local would call the railway road Railway Street.
No.
It's Railway Road.
Railway Road. And
Wherever
Ballycoleman.
you look, it's Railway Street.
Ballycoleman what, Bridget?
Eh?
Ballycoleman what?
Well, we
Lane.
always call
Lane.
it
Aye.
Ballycoleman Lane.
Aye.
Yes,
But
they're all the
apparently
time.
it's Ballycoleman
Road.
Avenue.
Oh,
or
Avenue?
Road.
But so the Lusky Road was always called the Mill Road. I was talking around saying, you know what we called it the
The
Milltown Road.
Milltown Road.
The Milltown Road.
Aye. That's all it was called.
Aye.
And up the Spout Road, which is Spouting Street, I called that the Spout Road.
Well, there is a Spout Road up there, isn't
And
there?
on up round the top, they call it going round Berry. We called it the Rattlers.
Rattlers.
Oh, I never heard that one before.
Brought you down onto the Spout Road again.
And what about Jenny Bird Lane?
Oh, Johnny Bird's Lane.
But I always used to say that.
And Casey's Lane.
Where's that?
Mary, where's that? It's away now because they've built houses on it.
Johnny Bird's Lane was up the Milltown Road.
Where the
Went
school
right
was
round.
round there.
Which school? Milltown.
No. Aye.
Intermediate? Aye. What did you call it again?
Casey's Lane.
Casey's
I
Lane.
took you from Curly Hill on to Candy's Road.
Timothy, it's up above where your entrance, and just on up, and there's a wee lane,
Aye.
and that was Casey's Lane, and you went on through a field and over a stile, and then you come down Glen Road.
There was a grove. It was a grove, wasn't it?
There's 3 wee houses on there, so there was.
There's a hazel grove as well, too, sort of midway up.
We used to always say we walked up the Grove to go to school.
That was the school. The Grove was up there. The Grove was up there.
But the avenue, the Grove, that was between Barry Street and
The
Aye.
other one.
there.
The Grove.
And we hadn't our homework done, so we just walked very, very
Sloppy
slowly.
then, aye.
So we would miss first class. English class, we hadn't your homework done.
And the fields up where, where Bracken House is now,
Aye.
that was all called the High Fields.
That's right. And there are none of those new housing sites up there called Highfields.
And they should be.
And they should have been.
Aye.
Because that was all, that's where you went when you got a day out from
That's
school.
right.
But you were to say when you went Curtin, Bridget.
No, no.
And where did you go to Curt?
Well, now that would be terrible.
That's for you to know and how to find out.
Was there any curtain spots around the town?
Well,
Down by the wall?
that's
Water
okay.
wall.
That's
Water
the
wall.
old
Ordnance
which
is
was
late.
called down the what that way that you call it the Bennel.
The what?
The Bennel.
Down the river.
When you go down, when you go over the bridge, you turn left to go down.
See all them
That's
names
called
in
the
the
Bennel.
street, the footpaths.
It's nice to see them now,
I
isn't it?
love that
Yeah,
little
I wouldn't
houses in
know
the
that.
river.
Behind
It's called
there.
I
Red
didn't
Hills.
know one from there.
When the discos were on in years, we used to kirk along there, along that wall. No, there. But the back part.
I was just.
Father Mulvey used to come out.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Here?
What about you, Shannon?
Oh,
Very
this was a big thing, this at Mary's
Father
Disco.
Mulvey, but they didn't want you to dance too close, you know, even
Oh, no, you had to-
Connery would have went down and.
You had to stay apart, no touching.
But there are a lot of names, old names in the town, and nobody uses them anymore.
Oh, that's why they need to be
I would use them
recorded.
Because you knew Bridget.
I would too, but you know, they don't use the older name. And fields used to be called, named after people who
Owned them? Aye.
Like, and there where that house, them houses are used to be called Gerdone's Field.
Aye,
You know,
aye,
but they won't use that anymore. Just the name of the house and say,
aye.
Why did they have to change all the names?
We got posh, you see. But I was still called over there, it's Red Needle Street.
Aye.
There used to be a house down there. Michael lived in the bridge end just opposite to hear the hall. And in the mornings before he went to school, he took a can and there was a cow in one of the houses down Red Needle Street in the yard. And they milked the cow and he was down to collect the milk.
For school?
Talk about filtering and hygiene, you know.
Oh,
And then he got it back again, and he used to take one to one of the houses there, and Alice Canavan, and one to his mother. And of course, he got pennies for it, and then down again. And that was just milk put under the can, none of your electrics. Wow, 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 wow.
hot milk,
Fresh milk. That was every day.
my God.
But it was in the yard, and Tom Buckle over there had pigs in the yard.
he came round and collected the brock from you.
What did you call the boy with the donkey? And he called it Dampna.
Oh, that was Tom Buckle.
Tom Buckle, what did he do?
He did nothing, he just
Lifted the brock?
He
Aye.
pigs, he kept pigs. He kept a pig in the yard.
And Costello's in the bridge end, they did the same.
Aye.
And whenever they killed the pigs, everybody would give them brock, they give everybody liver.
And Michael got the bladder because they blew it up for a ball.
Rosie Malloy and the Glebe used to do it many years ago too on her bicycle, to collect the brock for the pigs.
John's
Aye.
granny went round all
I remember that.
Could you see
You
now
went
this
longer.
generation saying the children, there's a pig's bladder blowed up. Health and safety will be on you hard.
Well, funny, there was a programme on RTE, I was listening to it coming up the road the other day, and they were on about playing sports in jail. And that's what they used for football.
Bladder?
Aye, somebody brought it under them.
No, I never put Michael.
I never heard tell of that.
Aye,
Oh, I
Red
Michael.
Needle Street,
They got
walking
snake
down
you.
from Belfast.
aye.
Eddie's aunt lived in one end and his other aunt lived in the other end.
That's right.
And down one side and that's there on the other
Tell me
side.
again where it is now then.
Along the water wall.
Oh,
Well,
The bottom of the bridge.
where you live?
Basin under the river.
And what's its official name now?
Waterside Street.
That was Red Needle Street.
Why did they change it?
That's where Eddie's aunt lived.
Well, people should have
I wonder why they called it Thread Needle Street.
Red Needle Street's famous in London,
London and
or what?
That's
right. That's that money area.
The money area.
Well,
I wonder why
there
they
were no
called it
money in
Red
Red
Needle
Needle
Street.
Street.
That there are a lot of
He never lived there.
So
She
it was
That's
so
what I'm
narrow.
saying.
It was like
Aunt Ellen one end and Aunt Sarah on the other end. Aye, so
Would
it
there
was
have been
rare to-
dressmakers or tailors or anything in it at one
I
stage?
think it was
No.
just because it was so narrow.
Aye.
Red Needle's just a street.
Oh, aye, aye.
The mums lived down there too.
And the Conleys, the taxi people lived there.
Aye.
They did. That's it. So they did. Yeah, there's two aunts lived there.
And did them houses face the water then?
Yeah.
The same where
Yeah.
the well is
Are
exactly.
they? They're not facing the water now, are they?
Aye,
Oh, they are?
they
The
are.
only thing is, the wall wasn't as high.
Aye.
we were all flooded, but
Aye.
wasn't that river that flooded us? It come up
From the
Come up the
Lifford.
back.
All right. Many times we used flooded.
Eh?
Many times we used
We were
flooded.
just a year in that houses there when we were flooded
flooded.
out. Aye.
There was a thing online this week about compensation if your house was ever flooded in the last 15 years.
Well,
Oh.
I have, I'm
Oh,
on
we're
about
more-
it since the day in our we were flooded.
I must send it to you, the
We
group.
got money from the dole, at the time everybody was getting it, and they give us 700 and something pound to help you.
You paid back.
and we had to pay every penny of it back.
Yes.
I paid it, we paid it back, me and John, we paid it back at £2 a week, they
Mm.
couldn't refuse it, even you give them 50p.
Mm.
So it took us 18 years to pay back that
Oh
same
my
amount.
God.
We
That's
still paid
awful.
back every penny,
Mm.
and I'm really peeved at that yet to this very day.
Aye.
Yeah. Of course,
When you
you're.
see the many handouts that people get.
You know, we never
Aye.
got, I mean, £700, it was great
I
at
was
the
a
time,
fortune, Bridget.
How long ago was that, Bridget?
86, 87.
87.
Up to 25 years ago you can claim. I sent it to the group there now.
Well,
87
No, it's more
was
than that.
38 years
It's more
ago.
than that.
When was the big flood in Strabane? then?
87.
That was 87.
But
Aye.
before that,
I was on the railway road at that time.
You were in the
That's
railway
the-
road.
that was the second
Remember
but
going
you
down.
see before that,
One
the
was
bridge end.
I remember that one.
That was always I for me.
I remember
Where's
first
Bridge
Descent? Out with this
Aye.
building is,
Aye.
because I remember coming, I worked in the foilware factory, which is gone now, and had to wade through the water.
Mm.
No, I remember seeing images of boats and all
Aye,
where the
because
alley was.
My husband loved them on there, and they were there. Actually, your mother and father-in-law would have been in the flood too. And that flood that you're talking about in the 50s, was it? And the
Aye,
boats came
60s,
past them, so they
50s,
did. Aye.
But I mean, it was always flooded, and the one person, that when it was flooded in 87, the one person that looked about getting that wall was Michael Keane.
I thought you were going to say James.
No,
brother.
Michael was the man behind that, and
Aye.
he used to get everybody out and make us walk across the bridge and stop the traffic for maybe
Protest.
5 or 10 minutes, and then let the traffic through, and then do it again.
Do you remember the Secretary of State coming, and I think it was
Oh,
Mrs.
what's it she called?
Madden's house he went into, Phyllis Madden's,
Oh,
and he came out and he said, on camera, like, the houses are like palaces. He says, we wasn't expecting
No.
to see
No.
a wee palace, like, no, it was very obvious the way he was saying
But
it,
them houses, everybody kept their house.
Oh, aye.
You know.
and cleaned their
Everybody was so
doorstep and
proud.
all.
Aye.
Everybody on a Saturday, up where my granny lives and my uncle Mike, somebody went out and they done a half moon at the front door. That was the scrubbing. And then they took the chairs. I remember they opened the door, the front door, and they took the chairs. They were always white and a big table, and scrubbed them. That was
Outside
Saturday.
too?
That was the routine for a
Aye.
Saturday. They done the same. My grannies.
Anybody remember the red cardinal polish?
Oh,
And
aye.
they always
Oh.
did. My mum had
Definitely.
to stop using it because she says, oh, the pants was ruined. She
Aye.
said, she didn't say pants, she says knickers.
And they're saying women always wash their blankets on 12th of July every year.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was dry.
The weather was always going to be good.
Wash the what?
They wash their blankets, they only wash them once a year. Because they were sure that the weather was going to be good.
It's true, once a year.
It is. Aye. Why?
There was no washing machines. We
No.
tramped the
No.
blankets. We were
In the
big.
back.
And it was like going getting to the seaside.
A mind
That
on the
is
back
very-
yard, yes. Mummy passed the blankets out to me pa. He was down in the yard and he put the blankets through the
Under the
mango.
mango.
All these things, they just would not believe.
No.
You
No.
had to do all that
Aye.
there. Nowadays, everything, click of a finger and there, everything's there for you.
When my granny had a big mangle, I mean
That's
a
right.
big, we,
It was a
big one,
Like an
Thanks.
industrial one, maybe?
and whenever it came for blankets, they all, Mrs. McGirr threw hers over the wall. She washed them, tramped them, but we're just divided in the yard, and they were through over the wall. You couldn't carry them through the house. Threw them over the wall. My grandma and Mrs. McGirr came round onto our house, my granny's house, and then between the two of them, they were all mangled, and the water was all taken out.
We didn't
It was
even
a
have a
ritual.
mangle, we run them.
Aye. This was a big.
That was them out grey, like cheap blankets, wasn't it?
Aye, that's
They
right.
were horrible.
Must be army blankets, were they?
And she, like, they made you itchy if you were
Flour sacks
close
for
to them in the
sheets.
bed.
Flour bags for
Flour
sheets.
bags.
Aye.
Hey, you got flour bags and
And you turned them the other side from the side to the middle when they were war.
That's
You
right,
turned them back.
that's right, aye.
But loads of people used to sleep with their coats on top of the
Aye,
bed.
for
Yeah,
one.
we did.
I
Yeah.
don't be pulling the sleeves out of the blanket.
No, they used to throw coats over the bed.
Aye, that's what we're saying.
Keep
Don't
your
pull the
feet
sleeves out of the blankets.
That's right.
There was a
Didn't tell
friend,
anybody was coats was on your bed.
a friend of mine in Belfast. They lived in one of them houses that have 4 stories.
Aye.
And this was in the days when the soldiers would have been coming in and raiding the houses pretty often. But anyway, Terry, the boy that I knew, was up in the top part, and he was in his bed, and the soldiers ran up the stairs, and he was sleeping. It never bothered him at all. And the soldier came in and threw the cover back,
Yeah.
and there was your man with a duffel coat on him and a hood and all up, and the soldier goes, "Oh, it's fucking Paddington Bear." He's going, "Leave me alone." Oh,
It was
cozy.
hard times then.
Oh,
Then,
what?
but you got some laughs.
We had a feather mattress in my granny's, a feather mattress. And
Was a
the
big
about it-
thing, Mary?
Oh, no, I don't know, because it had to be shook all the time.
And then you were coughing.
Grandma
for
said
hours.
the bed.
I slept with my Aunt Nellie, and I was only tiny. I slept with my Aunt Nellie, and I think it was Betty Shape. We were three in the bed. But I was wee and fine, and I sunk in the middle because they all two. They were taking all the pillars. I was left with nothing. Oh, God.
Well, I remember we didn't have a mattress on our bed when we lived in Town Hall Street. It was a small place. We used to get the mattress, you know, the chaff when they
yes,
chaff.
Margaret, you that
Separate the
right.
chaff from the wheat, isn't that
We
the
had
saying?
chaff
Yeah.
mattress, and it was the most comfortable thing.
Really?
It really was.
It had to be all dusted with
Aye.
DDT in case there were fleas on it.
Aye.
But Margaret, you remember
Yes,
that?
I do indeed.
I
And they were
remember you,
just
Margaret,
brilliant,
that
you see,
mouse
Dawn?
straw, getting it.
I
getting
lived
it.
in the country at that time.
But they were great, weren't they?
They were.
You didn't want to.
Only- It went down very quick.
Oh, I know, but still,
One minute you're up.
whenever harvest came, you got a new one.
Aye.
So what did they cover them with then, Bridget?
They were covered with
White flour bags, was it?
white
Bridget?
flour
bags.
Aye. And they were always stitched together, and they were sort of bleached because there was all blue writing on them.
Oh,
But
aye.
I'll tell you what, they lasted.
They did.
They
aye.
did.
Aye.
They lasted for ages. But it was great, I loved them. I really did love them.
And you went to the farm and gathered up the chaff or
I don't
what?
know where they came out of, but they were just
You see
there.
the
Aye.
pressure?
Probably the fellow did.
Went and got it somewhere? Aye.
They were just there.
And were the farmers happy enough to get rid of that stuff? They didn't
That
want
was
it?
just,
Aye.
they would have used it for bedding themselves and for
Aye.
the animals, you know.
It was handy for them to have to, you know,
Aye,
dispose of
get
it.
people to take it away.
Well, this is unbelievable when you go back and think of all these things.
Aye, but did you ever, in the
It's only
school,
when you start talking like that,
You're
did you remember all this stuff?
when we were at school, there was a nurse come in, Nurse Titley, the loving the bone queen, the nut nurse we called it.
Oh, aye.
Oh my God, I used to love to see what you had in your hair. And she used to go around everybody, and she'd be looking at your hair, you know, and you used to add long curly hair, like, you know, and it was a nightmare with this comb going through your hair always. Oh
And
God.
if you had anything, she gave you a bottle of Sulu.
Stuff that nearly burnt you going on.
Sulu? Anybody mind that?
No.
Aye.
Do you mind that, Patricia?
Everybody knew you had it on.
And for oil.
Steer clear. Well, we used to get that done every Saturday night
That's
after
right.
the bath, the one bath a week that you had.
Oh,
And my dad would have sat like that, and you were in here with your back to him, and he would have been through you
Round
with a
your
fine
hair,
tooth
your
comb.
big comb.
And I loved it.
Oh, but
I
the wee
love getting
fine
it
one,
done.
the wee
Aye.
fine one.
You often
Brilliant.
hear people saying, "Oh, I went through it like a fine."
Ah, exactly.
fine
Just
tooth
that,
comb." That's where it came
that
from.
registered with me, but just as I was saying it.
And there was a bar of soap, they called it Sunlight and Lifebuoy.
Was that the yellow one and the red one?
Aye.
The Sunlight was the
Sunlight
big
was
one.
yellow.
And
You washed the
the
floors.
Sunlight was washed.
Red
Used
was
to
it?
wash
Aye.
it.
You washed the floors with them and then
And
you washed
wash,
yourself.
that's right. You washed your hair,
Change
you
the
washed
water
your
bill
face.
in between.
Right boy, you know.
All these stones.
The what do you call the COVID there? I was given carbolic soap.
Oh, that's
aye.
right, I
Hands.
remember that. Never had
Jimmy
it.
Where
Young used to
did
talk
somebody
about
give me
carbolic
this
and
bag
garlic
of
soap all the
carbolic?
time.
And that, by God, it was sore in your hands.
There was Lifebuoy, do you remember? And it was
Aye,
red,
right boy,
wasn't it?
soap, that was red.
The Sunlight, I remember, and scrubbing brush.
But no, it was very sore in
You
your
done the
skin.
floors and then you done yourself.
And why were you given carbolic soap on
Tell-
COVID?
The germs.
Where?
Tell your germs.
Your own
wash
germs.
wash the place with it.
Because it takes the flesh off you, you see, and there's no bugs left.
I didn't think you
I
would
can't
get
remember
it.
where I got that.
Oh, I never got it.
It's like a brown, you know, a brown square. I
Aye.
can't remember.
The smell it was bad too.
Oh,
wasn't
it's
it?
Aye,
really
smell.
bad.
You must have been Bridget.
To get careful. It was great for cleaning.
Somebody give it to you during COVID though. Where did they get it?
Go down and
Oh, I never seen
I
that.
don't know where it came out of.
That's what my mum used to always say, when you got that smell, you knew everything was clean.
Aye. You got the rotten smell, you knew everything was clean.
It's nice smell.
But even
Aye.
in the hospitals, you know, you
Aye,
always,
that's right.
You always got that
Aye.
great smell.
That's when hospitals were clean, Paul.
aye.
When the matrons were there.
You knew the smell
Aye.
from the
Aye.
hospital, you know.
Yeah, the hospital actually employed the people then. Now they're all
Aye.
you know,
Agencies. and all.
agents.
The same cleanliness is not done in
Oh,
hospitals.
No, but they had to. The hospital hired everybody then.
Because the nurses were afraid if they were coming, they made sure everything was
What did you tell you
100%
want
right.
to talk to the doctors or nothing? You were afraid to ask them anything?
Aye. There were 6 of them standing at the bottom of my bed years ago when I was on, and they were chatting away, and then they walked away, and I said, "Excuse me, could you tell me anything?"
That's right.
Nothing to do with you.
You wouldn't have spoke to them?
Questions then.
No.
You should be afraid of them.
They just
God rest Father Paddy O'Kane came to see me, and he was at the bottom of the bed doing magic tricks. You know, taking fellers out of his pocket. By the way, it was a bird like that had. Oh, God
That's
bless him.
Lovely priest. He had his demons. He did me too.
So what about Christmas? What did you get from Santa?
Very lovely.
I got a cot made.
A what?
A cot.
A cot? Made for you? Who made it, Margaret?
Some of my uncles.
Oh.
I got
And then I got a doll with a Delft head.
a
Me and my brother fell out.
Over the doll?
And he threw it in the doll. I was left in the box.
That happened to me too. I got a doll given me. I was on my granny's at the time, and Mary McAleer, God rest her, she lived beside us, like, you know. And Mary took me down somewhere, I don't know, but I had the doll in me, and I tripped and fell. And I always remember the doll, all the head smashed, was everything else. And Mary says to me, "Oh, look at her, so wee angel, it's so really heaven." I didn't even have him at my door. And I was thinking her, like, that was her comfort to me. No comfort whatsoever.
But that was a big present, the doll on a cot, like, wasn't it?
You used to get cut out things. I don't know if anybody remembers.
I dressed
it.
up.
Dressed
Oh,
up.
yes,
Cut
with the
them
wee-
out of a book, you know.
You put the wee
Cardboard
things-
and dresses,
Dressed
paper
them up.
dresses and dressed them up.
The
That was
Bunty,
your-
remember that?
Aye.
I loved it.
You had wee tabs on them that you could
that
put on.
you put round the
Their
cardboard
necks,
shoulders.
you know,
That's the kind of thing you got,
Aye.
because they weren't.
I remember
No.
my
Just
mother
wash
making
it
dolls.
everything.
My mother made dolls, and she had all the things, the wee faces and everything.
Knitted, did you,
And
Sally?
she made dolls, rag dolls,
Rag dolls.
and they were
Lovely.
beautiful. And we got a new one every so often.
Aye.
They're
My
beautiful.
mother was very handy, look at
Oh, she was
Sally.
great.
Like her daughters.
Yes.
They're all very handy.
God save us.
That's right.
She would have sewed away and made away.
Aye. So you're looking at them now, if you handed them.
We hadn't very
things,
much, but she made whatever she had go round.
Aye.
You didn't
That's-
have one
that's
there,
it.
Sally, no? Never kept one?
No,
When you think of
and
it.
she, you know, it was
I started, the
never-
day I
At the
started
time,
work,
yeah.
I was 14 and the rationing ended into 1954.
54.
They said in the TV the other day 54, but I think it was 52.
Even that, it was still 7 years after the end of the war.
The rational?
The rationing during the war,
Aye.
it ended, they said the TV 1954, but I think it was 1952.
Well, the Sweeney
not
Coopers,
100% sure.
the Sweeney Coopers were still on in 53.
Aye, that's right.
Sweeney Coopers.
Bees and E's, weren't they?
Aye.
E's, weren't they? Something like that.
Where
We
did
got
you get
4
them?
ounces for the E and 2 ounces for the other one.
That's right.
Tobacco.
Packy McDivitt's in Town Hall
That's
Street.
right.
He was a very good man.
Aye.
He would have maybe give you a wee bit more,
Aye.
you know, and you were allowed 2 ounces of
2 ounces.
butter,
Aye.
Oh,
2 ounces of sugar.
right.
Am I right? And
Yeah. Oh, no, half a pound of sugar for one person. Half a pound. And 8 ounces.
A quarter of a
So
normal
the-
bag.
my mother got 2.5 pound of sugar because there were 5 of us. And 2 ounces of butter.
That's not much.
That's why.
And if you took jam, they cut down your sugar.
Oh, aye.
And you weren't allowed butter and jam on your bread.
No.
It was one or the other.
One of the other.
One or the other.
And we were perfectly positioned for the smuggling here, weren't we?
I don't know, yes.
Aye. Imagine living in the middle of the country somewhere.
Many a time
You
smoked.
wouldn't have much.
And the butter running down your leg.
My neighbour
Melt.
next door had no children, well, she had children, but they were all grown up. But we lived next door, and she used to take me in my pushchair, and I must have been about 3 or 4. I was too big for the pushchair, but she wheeled me in the pushchair over to Lifford to bring back everything stuck in round me, and I hadn't a clue, and she had to watch me because I would have pulled it.
And they never searched the prams?
Never searched the pram.
No.
They always knew.
Well, it
what you
depends.
were.
Aye.
They
It
always
depends.
There's always a
who
base
was
in the
on.
pram, you see,
Aye.
you pulled it up, you know.
Aye.
There was a false bottom in the prams.
That's right. Well,
No,
it
that's-
depended who was on too. Now you could
Aye.
have
And you had to make sure the wind was sleeping when you were coming
Yeah.
back.
Oh, aye. Yes, they did anything.
You wouldn't lift.
So butter and what else did you smuggle?
Everything. I remember
Tobacco.
going to Lifford to Doohers.
Doohers, Frank Doohers,
Frank Doohers.
he got stockings on.
And I remember bringing back. I was about 2 stone heavier coming back and about 2 done me. All the curtain material was wrapped around me. I remember that.
Curtain material?
Curtain
You
material.
couldn't get that here then?
I don't know, but that's. I
Uh,
was told you were going to do this, so I never thought nothing about it. I just.
Aye.
My Bruce had a shop out in Lifford too. There was Bannigan's,
Aye.
and then there was Bruce's.
Frank Digger.
That's right.
Divines.
And Frank Digger.
Right.
We went, used to go to the
McGrain's at 2 places.
Out in Lifford, must be the
One
big
in
place.
Lifford.
Divines was a grocery shop, and the man that worked in it, and he was well good. He would give you extra.
Jim
It was
McFadden.
Jim
wasn't it?
McFadden.
oh,
Jim McFadden.
Still
and
love
always-
it.
There's a
He worked
photograph up in somewhere in the shop, and he would always give you extra. You know, but there was you went to another shop, and this man. He said,
Well, that's
no,
what we said,
go to the other shop. You got that. He wouldn't have got you. He'd give you that.
You know that shop at Divines, and it's called Divines in Lifford. Do you know where it is? Do you?
where the tire place is?
No.
No.
When you come
On
into
the
Lifford,
corner.
Just on the corner.
On the corner.
if you go into Lifford and you turn right, you know, it's all out in apartments now. It's just
Oh, aye.
Well, I remember my granny saying to me, my granny Madden, she never referred to that other than the hanging judge's hotel, because that's where now this is what she said. I'm sure she was well over her 90s when she died, 93, I think, 90, when she died, 94, and she called it the hanging judge's hotel. She never called it anything else, and that was because when they would have came to the trials, you see the courthouse is
Just
in
down below.
on the road.
Aye.
When the trials was on, the hanging judge stayed
Stitches
there.
out of them. Just taking the
And
stitches
that's all.
out
She
of them.
never called that the hanging judge's
I
hotel.
heard that before now.
And,
Aye.
and where was that based?
That was in Lifford. Do you know Lifford?
Going over towards the diamond.
Aye, you know, it's
On
a
the
sort, it's
corner.
a pointed, you know, it's a corner, half down there and a half here, you know. No, that was a chemist.
Yes.
It's a point.
The apartments are on
Yes,
the
at the
right.
end of it.
Eh?
The apartments are on the right.
Aye.
This is on up.
But she never referred to that. They would have called it Divines, you know, so we went over with my aunt smuggling and things like, you know. But she always referred to that as the hanging judge
Do
hotel.
you remember when you used to write an essay in school, what I did during the summer?
Aye.
Yours would have been queer crack.
Wasn't it?
I
With all the
do.
smuggling you stuff.
And down the railway line. You
I
see
saw
the
it.
railway line too.
And do what?
Did you write about it, Dennis?
Oh, aye.
No, you weren't allowed to write about it.
No.
Well,
It was like a shortcut, was it? Aye.
You might have let something slip in the other thing, but you
Well, I told you. Smuggling with my aunt Mary Sheeran coming over, and she bought I think 3 or 4 ounces of tea in Divines, and she bought 10 more. I think I told you before, and she gave me 5 Woodbine to stick down my Liberty bodice. And I had
what?
to be-
Liberty bodice?
like a vest thing,
Aye.
and I had the Woodbines came in wee 5-packs then, you know, or whatever. And I had that 5 Woodbine down here, and she had a quart of tea and 10 Woodbine for Mickey Barney down somewhere else.
Yes.
And we got to the customs hut, and Eric Howell, he was a customs man. He brought her in, took everything from her, and he probably kept it himself, which he was known to do. And I was standing outside, and my heart was fluttering. I was only about 10, with these 10 or 5 Woodbine down inside my chest. And he took everything from her, and the only thing was left with me was the 10 Woodbine down my Liberty bodice down here.
They were There's some of them are.
There's some of them were dreadful, but the customs men, you know.
Would Hector McLennan have been on the customs then?
But he wasn't on that. He was on the patrol
He was
car.
on the northern side.
He was in the patrol car.
All right.
You know.
There
But
was
these were
some-
stationed where the customs hut was on the left hand side if you go to Lifford.
Dennis Perry.
Dennis Perry. Well, Dennis would have took you off you too. So
And
we
your man Donovan.
Dennis Perry always threatened me.
Who?
I know.
Was that Daniel Perry's fella?
I don't know, but he never ever. He
Did
had to do
anything?
his job. He would have said,
Aye.
"Come across." I know you've all. Where is it? I said, "I have nothing to do." That was no way.
Who was that, Bridget?
Dennis Perry.
Aye,
He
aye.
never would have took anything, but he.
No.
And who's the man Donovan? Is that the man that's 104
Aye.
now?
Aye.
Is that what brought him up from Cork too?
All people that done military service, they got jobs like that.
Right.
Aye.
So how did they stop you coming over the border? Who would have been?
When you're going past,
Was it the police or was it
standing out?
Customs?
They'd be
Customs?
You
standing
had to
out.
go on, you couldn't go through, you had to go in round the customs, you couldn't if you were in
Oh,
a
there
car.
was no other
or
way.
like- But now if you're walking, you could walk on, but they could have come over and stopped you.
They
if
would
They
stop.
stopped.
Sometimes it would stop. They'd just be standing outside, you know. You know. But see, they used to take there's Man Mulhern, and he used to go on up at the junction between the Finn and the Mourne, and just gone on up a wee bit. That's a wild treacherous, but and smuggle the cattle, put them up. Put them,
An uncle of mine did the
There
same.
was a house outside Castlefin years ago and they always called it the smugglers.
Aye.
The boy that owned it was involved in a lot of pigs and whatever, smuggling back and forward.
Wasn't there
A restaurant too.
Or,
A restaurant then.
the
Smugglers in.
Smugglers is up in
Aye.
Clara, yeah.
There's an awful lot of tales to be
But it was
told.
not
Aren't there
different
just-
anymore.
Well, up there we're making
Great, isn't it?
and Kit loves to listen to. And there was an article in the Chronicle years ago about, you know, the way they go 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Well, her house was, she had a field in the Free State and she had a field in the north.
Oh.
And she just would have stepped over and went down to Donegal. But in the article, it was written in the Chronicle, she went over and bought a stone of flour and she was smuggling it. And through the fields, her own fields, but as I say, and this man from Strabane, I can't remember, he was a spy, like, let me put it that way, and he was lying waiting for her. And he must have knew, and he he took the flour for her, and she was summoned 10 shillings, which was a lot of money. It was all wrapped up in the Chronicle. No, they go back 50 or 60 years. That was Michael's Aunt Kit, Macaulay's father Dan, and all them. And
What a dirty brute he was.
that's right, but he must have sat the whole night.
Waiting on her. He must have got
God.
paid for that then whenever he came back.
Some of them articles, and that's good for, you know.
Looking back. 75 years they do too, don't they?
Oh,
In the Chronicle. Aye.
175 and 50.
Of course, 75 wouldn't even. That would only, the war would have been over 5 years. That's it.
That's right.
some crack now.
But it happened all for a long time on the border and that, you know, for the smuggling.
What to do
I
with stuff
remember.
and took off you at the border?
Probably kept
They
it
kept
themselves.
it.
No,
My
they done with
cousin
it
in
at the end
Limerick
of it,
as a
they
guard,
sold it
and he
they
came
made
up
the
and
money
worked
out
at
of it.
Lifford during the foot and mouth. You know the way we weren't allowed to take anything back across. He says, I never had as many boxes of chocolates in my life.
Because
Took the whole lot, then he divided it up among them and took it all home.
I was going over to Lifford one day and I forgot there had been a Asda and I had me pies now, and they took it off me. I said, I'm only going for a packet of fags.
Aye.
And I went down and got the fags, and Daly's came back and I said, can I have them back? They wouldn't give them they wouldn't give them to me.
No. Pies.
Wouldn't give them. I said, it was only round the corner too.
And it took us like nearly 2 hours getting over the bridge,
Aye.
getting across like at that
I
time.
was serving
Yeah, you get out and wipe your feet in the mat.
That's right.
I had Aaron in the back seat of the car, and he said to me, sitting and waiting, and he said, "Are we going to see Derek Pronix, Mummy?" And I said, "Who, love?" He says, "Derek Pronix. We always see him over here." I said, "I don't know who Derek Pronix is." So this was going on and on. We got to the border, and the guard says, "Have you any dairy products on board?" Derek Pronix, he was calling it.
I'm sure, I mean, what was the difference? One step over,
I know.
you know.
Well, I asked him back and then when he said, you can't get it, I said, oh, but Josie.
You done right, Sheila.
across the border, if you're going over, you had to stay on the free state to say what time you were coming back in.
Away.
Oh, I
That's
really do that
terrible.
often.
Aye.
Wouldn't mind doing that.
What if you were late?
You had a
Oh, I
car,
had to
Bridget.
get- had to get a late
yeah,
pass.
aye.
Oh, well, no,
You had to get a late pass.
Aye, you
And
had to
then
get.
If you were going to a
when
dance or
the
something, or?
check
Aye, if you were going out,
points
say, for
be
me,
set
check,
up
you have to
for-
say, you had to check, you had to actually go and sign.
Just out
The
there.
border was
That
closed
was
at a
a
certain time.
Aye, God.
And that was both
Double
sides,
side
like.
So nobody could go across after a certain
We
time
could walk.
unless you had the
Walk,
late.
but you couldn't take the car.
Take a vehicle.
Oh, so it was only if you had a car you needed it?
Yeah.
Ah, right, right. And that was up until when?
That was mostly in Lifford, but they did that at the Downs.
And when did they close, I wonder?
And there's also one for the
He used to
side.
have to leave the car.
Customs?
Aye.
And walk, he was meeting me in Parliament.
See if Google knows.
And he would,
When did the
Because they would have had
customs
it.
because
Everybody
he would let
doing-
walk me home.
Tricia.
And then he would walk back to Lifford.
When did the customs end? Anybody, I can't remember.
What?
When did the customs end?
The customs were?
You know when they stopped
When
doing
they
that?
were, I know,
Oh, God,
when
remember.
we were still driving the car, it was still going in 55, 56 and
Aye,
57,
right on
it was
up
still
to-
on.
I would say in the 70s.
I would say
Yeah.
70
I
sometimes.
would say
70s, I'm not really sure. They didn't go to it.
Oh, aye, aye.
What do you hear? It says here, these controls were maintained with varying degrees of severity until the 1st of January 1993.
Aye.
I remember
That's
them
about
crossing
right,
to the
aye.
grannies
Imagine.
in the late 80s.
Amen.
They were abolished then
Alright,
between
okay.
European community member states as part of the single market.
Come on, you're on
Yeah.
the train.
Aye.
They weren't very often on the
Well, at
train.
least that was a good thing.
Donegal River.
Aye.
And for a treat, we took us and
They-
mine now.
The young ones now, but what I know, just, Richard records everything you tell him because
Aye.
he thinks it's great to have
He
it,
does,
you know.
right?
Aye.
Yeah.
And things like that, you know, but I think it's, I suppose the young ones been through, I would tell Niles, I told you about Anne-Marie saying about the dinosaurs, and she wanted to know.
What the dinosaurs were like when you were young?
She says, I can't remember, but going up you asked your Granny Mary, for she knew about the dinosaurs.
Bridget, you're back. All good?
Did you enjoy it?
Aye.
Great to chat to you, isn't she?
She did.
It
is.
Wonderful plant.
Hello, the shade, the poison, yeah, she
What's that for anyway?
Hey.
You know the sow and grow project that we're going to do?
You only stick it in the
Oh
ground
my,
and
but
water it.
it's all about your health. It's about you,
And you will plant.
what you have, and what way your mind is and all that.
Oh, it's just nothing to do with growing stuff.
No, but you know what it is, Mary? They only get funding for them projects if people's mental health is improved by doing the project. So you want their numbers low now,
You're
and
gonna tell
then
them
you
all
want
the
them
shit.
higher them whenever you're finished.
Don't put that down in there.
That's it. Pauline is the age coordinator for the council. You know that other over 50s group that I belong to? Pauline's in charge of that. Pauline, are you from this area?
Down the one today, no?
Park? That's right. We know Park too. Michael Honey's.
Winning in the one
Aye.
today.
born and reared.
What was your own name?
Oh no, I'm not married.
Oh, your own name.
Aye, I'm O'Neill.
Never knew any O'Neills down there.
My mum was O'Neill before she married, so my mum was O'Neill before she married too. So I'm a double
Oh,
O'Neill.
you're double O'Neill? Very good.
No, I'm not good at
My name Pauline O'Neill. No. Her maiden name was O'Neill, and then she married an O'Neill. Huh?
Sheila, did you
Oh,
do any
no.
smuggling in Belfast?
Eh?
Did you do any smuggling in
Oh, I was
Belfast?
very good.
Were you?
I never asked no questions.
It's very good. It's very good to come to Strabane.
Strabane? Oh, the track was good there.
Great Dan.
Mama did it. Aye. And Tricia was able to tell us how much you were entitled to with your vouchers during the war and all. What was it, Tricia? £2.5 of sugar for 5
At
people
this side, half a pound of sugar for each
per
person.
person.
So that's like two, if you see like my family, there were 5 of us, so you got £2.5 of sugar for a week. But if you got jam, they took a half a pound of sugar off you, you got either jam or sugar.
And you weren't allowed both butter and jam on your bread. It was one
2
or the
ounces
other.
of butter.
2 2 ounces of butter, can you imagine?
I'd have that to say something.
2 ounces of butter.
Or a scone or something.
There'd have been no heavy people about then.
No, that's what I was
Nothing
thinking.
to do about it.
No, because they wouldn't have gotten the no
My
sweets
mother
or
always
whatever.
kept
No.
in December
You know.
equipment for 5, like for sweets for us for Christmas.
Ah,
She held on to the months.
lovely.
December, and
Aye.
that's what McDonald's have extra.
McDonald's,
Where-
and them big jars.
Aye.
Ah, I love them jars.
Or a quarter. Teardrops
Bon
or
bons.
quarter bon. Oh.
Or rhubarb and custard. Ah, I love them.
Daddy's emerald.
Oh, aye.
I do glasses in
She do all the way.
I can sit down and I can
Run about the games.
Ready, there's a way back in.
Oh, all that jazz, well.
Far too much heat too.
See where the surgery is up
All
there?
diseases.
They're
I'm
dressed.
done.
electric, is it?
It's just whatever it does, but you couldn't do it because it's
Before?
No, no.
Ballycombe Avenue.
Avenue, Lane, Road. But
What
it's
is it, but?
officially, Bridget says it was Avenue.
And then from the shop up there is Ballycommon Road.
Oh my, it changes.
Yeah.
Ballycommon Lane too.
We are, we can call it the Lane.
It's just I was looking up the other day, that's why I'm saying Avenue. One Ballycommon Avenue. is it?
That's right. Peggy, what did you get for Christmas in the Gilta? What did you get from Santa? Dolls. Were they made like, or one thing? Aye. And what did the boys get? A wee train set or something maybe? And you were damn glad of the wee doll?
What'd you get?
A wee doll?
Oh, me Crawley doll.
Oh, you wouldn't have got a crawley doll. You had a smuggling them over.
Oh, did you? But you never had a crawley doll?
We'll mention no names, but somebody got plenty of crawley dolls. Wasn't me.
We'll mention no names, but somebody got plenty of crawley dolls.
Did you? No names mentioned.
They were lovely. Hey?
We had a smuggling.
Hey, that's
But that's it there. That's the way it's coming out. That's
I remember one year she got a teddy bear.
the way it's coming out now.
big thing.
It's like fairy. Cardigan for a wee girl of 4.
2 weeks time. Well, ask Chris if he's got the menu again. I can't remember. Aye, just for the crack. Starter or something. Aye.
When you find out how much it is.
When Chris comes back, we'll get the menu again. What do you call it?
When is that? Is that not
14th, this day fortnight.
This day fortnight.
Oh, I can't take
I'll be
it.
here.
Hey, July's over. What a summer.
Yes, tomorrow's first job.
I know.
Not terrible.
But I mean, that's half a year.
There's
Like.
supposed to be a red moon on the 2nd.
Of August.
Aye.
That's a good sign, is it?
I don't know whether it's a good sign or not, but I don't know whether we'll see it or not.
What's it
Wait.
call that?
I don't know. Apparently,
Oh, aye, if the sky's clear.
it'll go dark for about a minute.
Oh, right. Is that a harvest moon, a red one? Is that a harvest moon, a red one? No.
White shady one, is it not?
It's a harvest one.
I think so, maybe. You know.
You can see the cheese on that one.
Usually the night it comes here, that's all foggy.
You away, Mary?
I'm going.
Tell us another lock of bars before you go.
Great, doesn't it? Great, doesn't it?
Richard's coming down anyway, so he has
Okay,
to
is
go
he?
out for lunch.
Of course he's off now. Are the Waynes down with him?
Well, Larkins and Drummondtown.
On a course?
Oh, no, he's doing for sport and everything. He's up for a week, you
good
know.
for him.
Richard went when he was young.
Aye.
And
We were near Drummondtown last week.
I
for
was
Caleavey.
near it.
Aye. Caleavey.
and
Where's-
then
where-
Russia's back.
About 6 miles from Newry. Aye.
Russia was away in the Gilta.
Oh, was she?
Fortnight.
Happy
Lovely.
days.
Yeah, what's your son's first name? That's the radio.
Paul.
Paul.
Highland Radio Pauline is a scream
Oh, yeah.
on Saturday.
What time does he be
It's
on?
hilarious.
He was on a Monday. He was
Night.
on a Monday night, and he was on a Saturday.
12 to 3 on a Saturday.
I'm going to tell
Brilliant.
you, if you hear him saying, This is my mother. This is now, don't be telling anybody that I'm telling you this joke, and definitely don't tell my mother. And that's
But he always says, what do you call the group that he always, not Def Leppard, but some of them heavy rock, and he said this is my mother's favourite band.
what do you call him, the boy?
Black Sabbath.
That died,
Ozzy
Ozzy
Osbourne.
What do you call him? This is for
Your
my
mother
mother.
loves him.
That's your favourite song.
And if we're driving anywhere, Tony would say, what time is he on? And I'd say, it doesn't come on to 12. And I'd say, well, slow down then. So we can be in the car listening. Oh, it's great crack.
Good crack.
Like
Yeah,
they
Used to
used
be on a
stop at
Saturday
time,
evening,
you
didn't
know.
they?
to be on a Saturday morning, now he's later now.
Was he not on
He's on
Saturday
about
night?
dinner time there.
Monday night he was on.
He was
Yes.
on Monday
I
night.
was listening to him on Saturday night.
Ah, you could have been.
Elvis.
Okay, that's right. Aye, when you're around the table.
Around 10 o'clock,
Aye.
or maybe. I would sent in requests.
Aye.
He's a lot of Elvis.
I was saying to him about that.
His mother's favourite son, that's what he calls himself all the time. I'm my mother's favourite son. Aye.
And they all coming down. Richard's on that. He's on the favourite. Sean, my grandson, your favourite grandson. They're all
Golden balls, as we call them.
you know. So I have to always tell. I tell Larkin, you're my favourite great grandson. I have to watch what I say. They're very good. They're very kind.
They're very good team.
Lovely to see you all. Aye. I'll see you later. See you on Tuesday.
Where have you got your car?
That's over here.
Take care, Mary.
Aye.
That's the
Mary wears the lowest clothes. We met her in Alley.
Yeah.
It's like
Soft.
salmon pink.
Mary. Leather jacket.
Leather and suede jacket.
Take that off. You should have said, take that off, you Mary. Why looking on you?
If she was a size 16, I would have said, give me that jacket. She's a lovely jacket.
Lovely dress then.
Aye.
Great.
They're all admiring my Aboriginal.
Oh, actually, I did.
Blouse.
She got in the car and I said, isn't it lovely, but it's so different.
Aye.
Lovely, yeah.
There's a
Aye.
girl.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Aye, the usual.
The usual cheap place. Wait, what other topic can we talk about now then, girls?
Tell Tommy to switch off.
Ma'am?
We can break for a bit.
Oh, will we break?
Okay.
All right.
What's the work? Was always out. I don't know, not only from what I hear, you know, that if you had really down and out, you were put out there,
Oh, God.
and then a lot of people died. There's a cemetery still.
There's a cemetery in Popper's graveyard.
She had
So see the council offices, if you go up the side of the out offices, there's a pauper's graveyard up in the council offices.
Oh, aye.
What the lane?
If you go up the side lane, but I don't know now if it's opened, but it's just flat now. I think, but I think there's a lot of people buried there.
Under the wall of the school side, you know what I mean? Not the side of the council office.
And are they marked, Pauline? Are the graves marked?
No, it's just flat ground now. But they do have a plaque. They have a plaque,
there.
and then there's a wee seat and
Aye.
flowers. I haven't been up in it.
We should go out for a run
I
sometime.
was out there, but
Where's that?
Where's that, Cameron?
It's in the
Last
council
year,
office.
Behind the council offices.
What is it?
A pauper's graveyard.
Oh, aye, there's a pauper graveyard.
Aye.
Yeah.
From
So I
the-
think
from
people
the-
from the workhouse were
Aye.
when they couldn't
buried
afford
in
to
there?
bury them.
Oh, my God.
So sad.
She had low blood pressure.